Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Magic Bringers Rising from May 22nd through the 28th. Ooh, and find out all about how we have this beautiful grounding energy bringing us through the end of the month and right into June. So stay tuned for this episode. Welcome to Magic Bringers Rising Chats, a show by Super Secret Powers. I'm your host, Lindsay Baldessano, and let's get ready for a dose of energy healing, channeled guidance, and humor to keep your intuitive flow open and your roots grounded so you can lead the life of healing, spiritual purpose, and magic that you want. So, before we get to today's Magic Bringers Rising Energy Report, I want to ask you, are you tired of feeling like you're just going through the motions with your patterns and self sabotage? Are you afraid to follow your gut and make the changes you know you need to make? If you are, join us, me and my friend Andrew Dabrowski, for a transformational experience that will help you awaken your sense of intuitive flow, vitality, and fulfillment. Why would you want to stay in that chaotic spiral where you're afraid to trust anything, especially yourself? You, you have the power to create the life and opportunities you only ever admitted in your deepest heart of hearts that you had. So, isn't it time to start cultivating your intuitive skills and your mindset so that your confidence and radiance begins to shine through? It is time. It is time, my friend. So, please grab your space in our 5-day masterclass, Unleashed, today. Just look for the link for the sign up page either above or below this video, depending on what channel you're watching, in the show notes. I hope to see you there. So, anyway, oh, welcome to this week. It is a good week. We're going to have some pretty darn good and inspiring energies at the beginning of the week, all the way through Saturday. So, make the most of it. It's going to start off rather fiery because we got a lot of Mars in there and a lot of sun in there, energy speaking wise. So we're going to feel uplifted. We're going to feel like we can get things done. The side note, the double-edged sword in that is, we might get a little up in our ire. We might get a little provocative. But if we can stay grounded and if we can stay on task and really use our fire and cultivate that energy and that sense of fire and vitality and passion within us, it's going to be a really good week. We do have the Taurine stellium now until like the middle of June. That's really going to provide a lot of that grounding energy, a lot of that deep earth. And I think it can flavor our sense of vitality that's coming through us, so that it really feels like we're experiencing the fullness of life and not just often a manic mode. So, I mean, that is a sweet thing. It is a sweet blessing. And as we come around to those sweet things, midweek on Thursday, we have Venus and Taurus doing a dance. And I'm sorry, not Venus and Taurus. We have Venus and Uranus doing a dance. And that whole thing just feels like sweet surprises to me, sweet, sweet surprises. So whether that's, falling back in love with someone or something or some kind of abundance blessing, I'd really, look toward elevating our sense of being open to receiving and open to being in cooperation with the life and the life force around us this week. And Then we got some moon energy coming in over the weekend. And of course, it's the first quarter moon, and the moon will be at its closest to the earth. So, expect a little bit more intuition, expect a little bit more heartfelt stuff to go with that Venus stuff for this late portion of the week. Now, Sunday starts off our new week, kind of changes the energy for the weekend a bit. Um, because we have the sun square Saturn. So if you do feel like you have to rush back to work, or if all of a sudden all of the your sense of responsibilities comes crashing down on you, um, take a breather. Tap back into that Taurus stellium. Tap back into those beautiful earth energies that are not only going to fill you up with a little bit more confidence in timing, but also creativity and growth to just get things done. And they don't have to be in a rushed way. They can be in an enjoyable way, and enjoy Sunday, which is also a Master 22 day. So we will be feeling like we need to focus again, like we need to get back on the wagon, like we need to just knock out those deadlines. But Sunday's only one day out of the week, people. um, don't let the fire get to you over the weekend, and just, see how you can tap back into those moony, Venusy, and earth energies to help counter that as we head into the last week of May, then at that point. And next week we have Mercury retrograde completing. So Mercury will be at its the farthest point it was before it went retrograde. So now we're just moving forward again with Mercury for next week, and things will start, I think, feeling a little lighter, especially as we begin to approach Litha, or the midsummer celebration, no, not the equinox, the solstice. Yeah, so that's good. That's all very good. And for today's light language, I figured I'd mix it up just a little bit, because not everybody knows how to play with fire. Not everybody knows or likes that sense of, fire can burn, fire can do this, fire can do that. There are kind of, negative qualities. So for the light language, I really want to, dip into this idea that we are in control of our own fires, and that our fires feed the rest of our energetic ecosystem. So stay tuned for that. So, welcome to the light language portion of this week's video. And as I said before, we're going to do some inner fire tending, or maybe even ignition, if that is what comes up for you. But this is just going to be a light meditative experience, and really just focus on the quality of your experience rather than my words, or doing it perfectly, or perfectly following my words. So, let's just take a couple of deep breaths here. Let's just focus our attention first in the heart. You feel your lungs. Now bring your attention down to your solar plexus. Just that spot right at the junction of the ribs and your sternum. This is the area of willpower, of your physical ability to make a choice and move in a direction. I'm just doing a little light language here and now to help clear and help you connect to that power of will, that power of choice. Being in that space where you are accepting and you are on the edge of something new and choosing something. So as we are working on this, we would like you to picture or perceive in some way that there is a flame within this chakra. Within this energy point, there is a flame, either a candle or a hearth. Perhaps you hear the crackling of the fire, of the air being displaced as it ignites. And this week, we would like you to play with this idea that there's flame and fire within your will point, and play with the idea that you can grow the fire as you need to, and you could also reduce the fire for when you need times of rest, to let it be just a small, comforting, nourishing fire, almost like banking the embers within the hearth, providing ambient warmth. And then raising it back up again so that it begins to reflect in your aura. The fire can cleanse what is in your aura, and back down again as you need to. And then bring it to a comfortable space and size and quality within you. And now, as an experiment in the nature of your inner fires and your inner vitality and passion and drive, we would like you to connect this fire to memories. Memories of when you felt sexy. And as we add that quality of memory to the fire, notice how it changes. Notice how it feels in your body and where it lights up other energy centers. Now change the memory to when you felt immensely proud, even if it is a pride in family accomplishment. But when did you feel proud in your life? And let the fire react to that quality now. See how that differs from your memories of feeling sexy. Now change the memory once more. Hone into feelings and memories of when you felt absolutely intention filled, when you felt perhaps in a sense driven to do something or compelled to do something entirely for someone's own benefit. That space of giving and of wanting to give and of wanting to be in that reciprocal state, even if all you received back was pure joy. And let that memory react to that inner fire within you and see what lights up. See how much farther your aura then extends and is enlivened in quality. And we only call attention in this exercise to the more positive qualities of fire and how it reacts and how it feels within your body. For we are working under the assumption that the darker aspects, the more destructive aspects, are already well known to you. So we ask you to see both the dark and the light, to see where that balance point might be within you, for where you hold your fire comfortably from day to day and hour to hour. But last, we would like you to tune into memories of when you felt immensely excited for the future, excited to be in the place you are in and the time point you are in, just excited. And let that carry you forward through this week. But remember that you can increase and decrease the quality and the level of fire and the perception of being taken over by fire at any point, even if you need to re-listen to this to remind you that you are the one in control of finding your own sweet spot, your own balance point, and calling in the energies that you need. Bring the energies back down to a place where you are extremely comfortable and feeling joyful and remembering some excitement in respect to what you are now about to go do in your day. And just release any excess energy you care to release back out through your root to feed vitality back into Mama. And she will, of course, reciprocate with her grounding energies. And we thank you. I thank you for being part of this today. I thank you for learning to play with your fire, of course. And remember to sign up for the Unleashed 5-day masterclass, because it's going to be an amazingly fun, full of community, full of just getting out, getting down to, what it is we're really experiencing and how we can make it a powerful shift in your life. Getting in touch with your intuition and really claiming the power to, play and experiment and use your energies and call in whatever energies you need. All right. Don't forget to like, follow, share Super Secret Powers on all of your favorite platforms. And we will see you next week, unless, of course, you're part of our Facebook community or you're following us online. All right. Have a good one. Blessed be.